Imagine that what you consider emptiness actually holds incredible power. How can something that appears to be nothing have such a profound influence on your life? It sounds unbelievable, but this is one of the deepest ideas in Buddhist philosophy. In this video, we will uncover the mystery of shunyata, the emptiness that hides the entire universe within it. Listen to the wisdom of Buddha and discover the power that can transform your reality. You'll be surprised at how much strength lies where you least expect it. Shunyata is a concept in Buddhism that means emptiness, but this emptiness isn't just the absence of something. It's not the void we usually imagine. This emptiness is the foundation of everything that exists. It is the space that allows for the appearance and disappearance of everything around us. To understand the power of shunyata, imagine a blank sheet of paper. It seems empty, but it is this very emptiness that makes it useful for writing. If it were already filled with words, there would be no room for anything new. Emptiness allows for something new to emerge. You can apply this to any aspect of life. For something new to come into your life, you need to make space for it. Shunyata reminds us that everything in this world is temporary. Things come and go. All we truly have is the space for experience. We can't cling to anything because everything is constantly changing. But within this change, within this emptiness, lies immense power. It teaches us to accept life as it is, with its fleeting joys and sorrows. Imagine your mind as a clear sky. Sometimes clouds of thoughts, feelings, and emotions appear, but the sky remains unchanged, regardless of the clouds. They come and go. This is the essence of shunyata. Emptiness is a state in which everything can appear and disappear, but the state itself remains constant. The wisdom of Buddha lies in the realization of this emptiness. By understanding it, you find freedom. You no longer suffer from attachments because you know they are fleeting. You learn to let go, embracing the natural flow of things. This doesn't mean you stop valuing what you have, quite the opposite. You begin to cherish it even more, knowing it's temporary. Shunyata is not only a philosophical concept, but also practical wisdom. In today's world, we often face overload, information, possessions, emotions. But if we learn to create space, whether in the physical world or in our minds, we make room for new opportunities and experiences. Take a look at your day. How many unnecessary things surround you? How many thoughts clutter your mind, creating chaos? By freeing your space from the unnecessary, you take a step toward understanding shunyata. You create space for new ideas, opportunities, and wisdom. Shunyata also reminds us that nothing is permanent. This may seem frightening, but in reality, it's liberating. Everything that causes you pain will eventually disappear, and so will everything good that you have. But this is not a reason for sadness. It's a reason to rejoice in each moment. Imagine a river flowing with water. You can't step into the same river twice because the water is constantly changing. Our lives are just like that, a flow of events, thoughts, and emotions. Emptiness, like the river, allows this flow to exist. It provides space for everything that happens. When you accept shunyata, you begin to see the world as it truly is, ever-changing, but beautiful in its impermanence. You stop holding on to things that slip away and start appreciating the moments you have right now. One of the key points in understanding shunyata is realizing that our self is also empty. We often think of ourselves as something constant, but in reality, our self is constantly changing. We are not a fixed entity, but a process that evolves and transforms with each passing moment. Buddha said that suffering arises from our desire to hold on to what is constantly changing. We strive for permanence, but the world is full of change. By understanding shunyata, we realize that change is a natural part of life, and instead of resisting it, we can learn to flow with it. An example of shunyata in everyday life can be our relationship with success. We strive for success, but when we achieve it, we often feel empty inside. That's because success, like everything else, is temporary. It can't fill us up from the inside. But when we realize that emptiness is our natural state, we begin to find joy in the process rather than in the result. Shunyata teaches us that nothing is fixed. Even our problems and difficulties are just temporary phenomena that will eventually pass. Understanding this gives us the strength to face any challenge with wisdom and calm. When you grasp the concept of shunyata, you stop fearing change. You begin to see it not as a threat, but as an opportunity to become someone new, to experience something different, to open up to new horizons. And this fills life with meaning. Emptiness is not absence, it's potential. It's the possibility for everything. Just like the emptiness of a vessel allows it to hold water, shunyata is the space for everything we want to create and experience in our lives. In Buddhist texts, it is said that shunyata is the key to liberation. When you realize the emptiness of all things, you are freed from suffering because you understand that everything is temporary. This doesn't mean indifference, but rather a deep understanding and acceptance of life as it is. By embracing shunyata, you begin to live with greater awareness. You stop clinging to the past or worrying about the future because you know everything will change. You start to appreciate each moment as unique and unrepeatable. As we conclude our discussion of shunyata, I want to remind you that this philosophy is not just a theory, it's practical wisdom. It helps us break free from suffering and gain a true understanding of life. Be open to this wisdom, and you will see how emptiness brings you strength and peace. If you enjoyed this discussion on shunyata and want to learn more about Buddhist wisdom, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Hit the like button to support us, and leave a comment with your thoughts. We'd love to hear from you and explore new topics together in future videos.